Professor Madhav Nalapat is joining us on this broadcast. He is the Vice Chairperson of Manipal Advanced Research Group and also a strategic affairs expert. Professor, thank you so much for joining us here on WION.
Thank you.
Now, Professor, it is being called the Kazan Thaw. The Indian Prime Minister and Chinese President Xi Jinping sat down for the first time in 5 long years. Are you optimistic or cautiously optimistic?
Well, for me, the most important speech in Kazan was that of Prime Minister Modi, in which he clearly said that disputes should be settled by diplomacy and they should not be resort to force. Those were the implications of his words, and that was a very clear call to, if I may say so, one of the members of that particular meeting who had committed certain acts of aggression against India. Prime Minister Modi has always talked about making Asia and making the whole world have the benefits of an era of peace. He has always tried to be a peacemaker, and he has always tried to put diplomacy well before any kind of fighting takes place. And so far as Ukraine is concerned, so far as Gaza is concerned, so far as these two situations are concerned, Iran and Israel, for example, the Prime Minister is very clear. India is the one country that can, under Prime Minister Modi, that can deal with both sides, and both sides will have a certain amount of confidence and trust in India. So that is a very big diplomatic achievement. Of course, the next was President Putin, who could not resist saying, well, the West tried to basically ostracize me, but it hasn't succeeded. I mean, frankly, I don't know this definition of international community. I frequently hear in Western channels, international communities ostracizing Russia. The West considers itself, some elements of it, the international community. The international community is way bigger than that. The Global South is an important part of that. And so far as the Global South is concerned, both at the summit and elsewhere, Prime Minister Modi would have taken up these issues very strongly, because this is something he feels very strongly about, the ensuring that the Global South has a glorious future.
Right. Since you say that
Yes.
India's role on a global scale, where do you see the BRICS grouping as a whole standing in the global stance?
Well, BRICS is not, I wouldn't call BRICS a part of the Global South, although there are several countries in the Global South like India, Brazil, who are members of BRICS. You can't, for example, if you talk of the Global South in terms of economic terms, you can't call Saudi Arabia in the Global South. Saudi Arabia is a very wealthy country. But China, for example, neither geographically nor in terms of the GDP is it any more a part of the Global South. But what is important is that the Prime Minister has shown an ability to go to be welcomed, if I may say so, in entirely opposite camps. In fact, in not just competing camps, but camps that are actively fighting with each other, in effect. And I think that is a unique achievement which has taken place. And I think that was on display in Kazan. That is on display during the BRICS Summit. And I'm sure that he warmly welcomes the new entrants. And I'm equally sure he's going to be very careful to see that any kind of expansion does not take place under duress, for simple reason that SCO is basically, it's dominated by a single country.
Right.
It's good that India's there. India's a corrective. BRICS is certainly not dominated by any single country. And I think even the Russians will want to keep it that way.
All right.
And so will every country except China.
All right, Professor. Thank you so much for your insights. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.